So welcome to School of Timeless Wisdom. My name is Omni Amin, and today we're going to speak about how to recognize an old soul. Maybe you are an old soul and you really don't realize that you are, but usually old souls recognize that they are different and other people spot them. So if you really want to see which ones of your friends are old souls, there is a specific pattern to them. And also to validate that you're an old soul, although they usually don't need validation because they've got a very special hard disk inside that tells them lots of things. Let's go about how to recognize them. So when an old soul is born, they usually are born into circumstances that are that induce their love for learning, because they are people who are born knowledge lovers. So they cannot help but be very hungry to learn, to know, to communicate, because they are usually here and they want to perfect things. So an old soul is someone who has a lot of knowledge and would be interested in knowledge that they do not know anything about and would take it up. They also are not stingy with their knowledge. Like if they know something, they're very, very happy to pass it on and educate others. And they also put in a lot of effort to what we call utilize their time. So they never waste time. For them, time is precious. So the signs of an old soul, when they are born, they always have this sense of, I'm not fitting in the crowd. I am belonging but not belonging. They don't reject that they are humans. They don't reject the human element in them. They don't reject being part of Mother Earth, but they always have a fascination with the beyond. So you will find that they are reflective, quite silent, hermits at times, because they like to reflect about the universe. What does the universe mean? Why am I here? How is it if I'm here that I serve others and serve myself? And they are hungry for self-knowledge. So the first sign of an old soul is that someone who never really fits in the crowd. They look around and they feel everybody's eating, going out, enjoying, getting married, while they're not against any of this, but they feel that it's superficial. It's as if they want to peel that superficial layer and go inside what is underneath all this. So this is why an old soul from a very young age would be someone who observes. They are wonderful observers of especially people who we call them in the know, like parents, teachers, elders, grandparents, people who are wiser and older than them. So they would love as children, of course, to play and go around with other children, but their joy exudes when they are listening to adult conversation. So if the adults are really discussing things, they want to be sitting down and absorbing all this, because for them, people of their own age are not giving them what they want. They are a soul that has come here again and again and again, and it's grand. So it needs bigger ideas, wisdom, things like embedded in tradition. They love to know about traditions, cultures, and they have this connection with what we call old cultures. So they want to know about history. The history, not just about the history of their country or the history of their family. They're fascinated by their family tree and they want to know up to their 100th ancestor about them, but they're also fascinated about the history of the planet. And they have a very special link with history of the galaxy. So it is something that they're always thinking, are we the only ones on the planet? Are there others around? And fascination. So fascination to study, to look, to learn, to read, to go here, to gather information. They are very special beings because they will be the ones who take care of this planet. So they come usually as guardians of planet Earth. And this is why you will find an old soul is someone who would jump, leap at a chance to make the environment that they live in better. So if there is recycling, they will be the first to do it. If there is abstaining from buying an endangered species, they will be the first to do it. If it's rallying for humanitarian human rights, they will be there. They will be pushing for the best that would serve others. And they love institutions that are embedded in truth and honesty. Now, an old soul is someone that you cannot take for granted. Because once you start talking with them, you will feel that they are maturer than their years. Even if you're asking about something that's not in their field, they can enrich your knowledge and help you. And they are excellent listeners. They really listen to the person in front, and they are very wise. So either they abstain because they know that the person in front of them is lost or dishonest or so on. They usually have a ninth sense. I call it the ninth sense, not just the sixth, because it's so developed. They have this empathy with others, and they are able to feel for a child or someone who's very old. The age for them is of no consequence. This is why they are happy in the company of people who are older, and they are very kind to the young and extremely kind to the elderly, respectful of the elderly. Now, old souls, when they hear someone who's got knowledge, they stop. They never take a person of true knowledge for granted. They would stop, they would sit down, they would become their student until they gather what they need. And they would also serve that person to the best of their ability and contribute with whatever they can. Old souls, when you knock their door, when there is chaos, when there are crises, times of war, you find that they are above the crowd because they are composed. They know how to calm themselves down and just look at things for what they are. They might be sad that someone died, passed away. It's not that they are devoid of emotions. On the contrary, they're very sensitive, but they are composed. They would be sensible, and they will try and save others and say, this is the best thing that you can do at the moment under the circumstances. So they always have this plan. They are excellent planners. Planners without even needing to sit down and plan every single detail, because inside of them, they are so well directed with what is it that they need to do in certain situations. Why? Because they've been here over and over and over again. So they come in many guises. Some of them come as teachers, and some of them are they are not pretentious. So they don't want you to come and say, oh, what a wise guru, what a wise person, what an old soul. On the contrary, they're humble. So you know them with their humbleness, although they have a lot of knowledge. The person you feel have got knowledge and they're full of pride, and they are too proud or too prejudiced, they're not old souls. They are false. So an old soul is someone who loves their own company. So you would go visit a friend, and the friend would say, oh, I'm so happy you've come, let's have a cup of tea. I haven't seen anyone, I haven't spoken to anybody for the past week. Or what were you doing? I was at home. So this home birds, because for them, the home is a whole universe. Why? Their true and real universe lies within. They have depth of knowledge, depth and wealth that they like to sit down and reflect and marvel at who they are. So you will find that they go to things that others are not naturally drawn to. So they will go to what is natural, alternative medicine, healing practices, hypnotherapy, past life regressions. You would find that they are steeped in knowing about the movement of the planets, how it affects human beings, psychology, all the knowledge that has to do with understanding self, understanding others, helping the self to grow. So self-growth tools, coaching, they are the best in these areas. They can come in as talented people, but not necessarily so. So I'm going to give you a very simple example. Mozart, at the age of 6, was able to compose opera. He composed symphonies. How? 6-year-old. Who taught him? That's an old soul playing. And playing because he was a child. So he's playing with his knowledge. He's just bringing it out. So you will find that they have knowledge more than the experience of their years, and talents that others might not be able to grope or compete with, but not necessarily so. And it's not done as, have a look at me, great me. No, humble. It just comes out naturally. And they have natural talents for many things. Some of them have natural talents for languages. And even those who don't speak many languages would understand what others are saying, although they don't speak that language. There is something that the soul is able to just waft it in and understand it, because they are really knowledgeable about human nature. They love nature, extremely respectful of any sentient being, human, animal, plants, the water, everything in the environment, so ever so respectful. That's why we call them the guardians of Mother Earth, or custodians. The custodians, they're the true custodians. And this is why they're always having this voice of reason. So when you look at them, you would say, oh, how calm, how dignified. Or they bring me this recognition about myself. And when you're having a conversation with them, it's never trivial. It's not that they cannot have a cup of tea and laugh over a joke. No, they can. But always their conversation would lead you to learn something from them or explore a depth in yourself. And this is why for them, just religion and beliefs are not the outer crust. Everything is about inner knowledge, self-knowledge, and they are fascinated by other planets because all souls are guardians of the galaxy. Yes, custodians and guardians of this realm that we live in. So they care for others, and they always have an inexplicable sense of duty. Like they want to take care of everybody. It's as if they are a mother figure or a father figure for everyone who's around them. So they would go and help people they don't even know. A beautiful thing about old souls is also their respect of time. For them, they're like anxious. I need to do something. I can't waste time just doing nothing. So this is why time for them is valuable, because they know they are here to achieve something. And knowing this, they want to grow and help. So they are always after developing themselves and serving others, helping others to become the best version of themselves. And that is why. Also, old souls can sometimes come with inexplicable things like phobias, like phobia from closed places, claustrophobic. The body is always talking to them. So they bring their lessons to learn. Don't think that they have been born without lessons to learn. No, they bring their lessons to learn and they want to smooth them out. So they would be the first to think, why do I have this phobia? What is my body trying to tell me? And they would go and read about analysis of bodies and dreams. And they engage with astral travel. What does it mean? What is Merkaba? What is this vehicle that I can leap with? And then they seek teachers that are of the extraordinary knowledge. And you will find that their hard disk is amazing. Now, never quarrel with an old soul because old souls know exactly what they want. You cannot manipulate their mind. So if you come and tell them, come and invest in this, they would tell you, no, thank you. Oh, but it's a wonderful opportunity. Keep it for yourself. You enjoy it. Why? Because they have something that directs them. It's not the love of money that directs them. It's not the love of controlling things or owning things or going for greed. No. They are not against abundance because they're usually people who are living in abundance. The wisdom that they have makes them abundant beings. They don't lack things, but they want to really put and invest their time, their effort, their money into things that call for the growth of the planet, leaving this planet in a better shape than they have come to it. That is why we call them hermits. They're always reflecting. They're always coming up with ideas. They're never imitating. So you will find that they are not people who are running after this it girl or the it boy where they're wearing the latest and the greatest. No, they can be very artistic and everything, but for them, the image is dignified, but it's not about the latest craze or the latest fashion. They might like it and try it, but they will not be spending all their effort and money and working to just get these goods to say we're up to date with everything. They don't care for up to date. Their real up to date is inside of them. To be up to date with kind of like upgrading themselves. They're after upgrading who they are. And they always have a sense of inexplicable feeling that everybody's my family, everybody's me. They act as if they are really divine beings, godly beings, God on earth, in the sense that they have mercy towards others, protection of others, guidance towards others, forgiveness. Incredible, incredible ability to forgive. Now, I've spoken about lots of things, but they are usually what we call cosmic healers. So they are here to upgrade themselves and to heal the cosmos they live in. They start with the cosmos inside their own small cosmos, everybody's cosmos of their own. And once they are during that process, they keep advising others or only when asked. So they give, pearls of wisdom wherever they go. Amazing people. And if you come across someone like this who's an old soul, old souls are integrated into their own energy. So when you are sitting with them, you feel that the room is full, that the room is hugging you, that you are not alone, that there is so much richness. They are rich people, rich wealth from within, and rich with the abundance of the love and giving and kind of like patience that they have. So even if you do something and others would be indignant, how dare you do this, or you've broken this, they would laugh and say, never you mind. It's okay. Or it's time for a new one. Or it's time to learn, or it's time to turn the corner or turn the page. There is this mercy that is around them and understanding and always taking care of. So, did any of these qualities fit you? Yes, no, maybe. I am sure that some of them are inside each and every one of you, because we all have these divine sparks that are eternal, carry eternal knowledge and eternal wisdom. And I'm sure that you can all remember people who've got these things. All souls usually engage, respectful, remember, respectful of time, respectful of others, respectful of themselves, because they see that time is a gift that cannot be wasted. And the best investment of time for them is to contemplate how beautiful others are, and they would compliment you. And sometimes you tell them, you tell everybody they're beautiful, and they say, well, I can see how beautiful they are. They are beautiful. The whole world is beautiful. The whole cosmos is beautiful. So if you're an old soul, welcome. And if you know old souls, keep them close to your heart. Thank you.